Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg is in the Mid-South. He's focusing on the fractured Interstate 40 bridge and how its closure is not only impacting the state of Arkansas and Tennessee, but also other places across the region. Jay Bird joining us now live from Memphis with more on the Secretary's visit. Jay?
Yeah, Bob, as we've been covering this for the better part of 3 weeks now, Arkansas and Tennessee officials have visited the bridge several times. But today was the very first time that the federal government was able to lay hands and eyes on the bridge for the very first time. U.S. Secretary of Transportation Pete Buttigieg visited the I-40 bridge on Thursday and said this is an important stretch in the United States.
This is something that impacts tens of thousands of people who count on the ability to drive across the DeSoto Bridge every day.
He said the federal government is reviewing Arkansas's policies and procedures to make sure something like this does not happen again, with possibly a worse outcome.
The Federal Highway Administration has initiated a program assessment of the Arkansas Bridge program last week to make sure that the right programs and policies and people are in place. Now we got to make sure that the process, we understand the process end to end and can learn from that for the future.
Local officials say this incident is a microcosm of the country's needs, and the aging infrastructure in the U.S. needs to be addressed.
Infrastructure plan has to be important for this country. This bridge being down behind us is true evidence that an infrastructure plan must be done in Washington to help the people of the United States, and especially here in Memphis, Tennessee.
Buttigieg agreed and pressed that President Biden is working with Senate Republicans feverishly to get something done quickly.
But it is long past time for those generations now in positions of responsibility to do our part. As the saying goes, the best time to do something like this is yesterday. The second best time is today. And that's why the president has such a sense of urgency around infrastructure policy in general in this country.
Buttigieg grateful the crack was spotted before something worse happened, but does realize how detrimental it has been to the country and the region.
Of course, grateful and glad that this was detected without any loss of life, but that doesn't mean the closure hasn't been painful.
Now, Tennessee transportation officials have laid out a rough timeline of what the next few months are going to look like. Right now, they are through phase 1 of this project. They are getting into phase 2. And right now, they're waiting on the fabrication of the actual materials to be able to make those repairs. They say they expect to get those by the end of June, but there's no set timeline right now as to when the bridge will reopen, as they do expect some of the repairs and inspections to go into August, possibly even beyond. But for now, live in Memphis, Tennessee, Jay Burt, KARK 4 News.